Hollywood isn't all glitz and glam like some people think. It can have a darker side. Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. I'm your host Emily and today we're counting down our list of the top 10 real Hollywood curses that will terrify you. So next time you watch your favorite TV show and movies, keep these curses in mind. Number 10. Apocalypse Now Curse. Apocalypse Now is a 1979 epic war film produced and directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Now, the whole production on Apocalypse Now was hell. It really was like an apocalypse. The production was doomed from the beginning as it took multiple tries before Martin Sheen was hired as the lead, and Coppola was writing the script as he went, which isn't ideal. They shot in a jungle and it resulted in many crew members catching various illnesses. Martin also suffered in various ways. In an opening scene, his character punches a mirror and rubs the blood on his face in a drunken rage, and this was real and largely prompted by Coppola's psychological manipulation of the actor, telling him, "You're evil, I want all the evil, the violence, the hatred in you to come out." Coppola also kept Martin drunk and locked him in a hotel for 2 days. Other horrible things that happened were monsoons put people in danger, a prop person put actual dead bodies in a group of fake ones, and Martin suffered a heart attack in the jungle. Coppola himself was fraught with stress of the project. By the shoot's end, he lost 100 pounds, had an epileptic seizure, and attempted to end his life multiple times. The project that was projected to be 6 weeks long turned into 16 months. The final film gained critical acclaim, but if I was Coppola, I probably would have given up, as it sounds like such a horrible experience. In fact, it was so bad a documentary on the hellish filming process was released in 1991 titled Heart of Darkness, A Filmmaker's Apocalypse. Number 9. James Dean's Car. When actor James Dean introduced himself to British actor Alec Guinness during an encounter in Hollywood, he asked him to take a look at his car. Alec thought the car appeared sinister and told James, "If you get in that car, you will be found dead in it by this time next week." This happened on September 23rd, 1955, 7 days before James's death, which is just creepy. On September 30th, James and his mechanic set off for a car race when another car driven from the opposite direction crossed into James's lane without seeing him. They crashed and James was pronounced dead on arrival to a local hospital. The mechanic who was with him died in a road accident in 1981 in Germany after surviving several attempts of trying to end his life. After the accident, a famous car enthusiast, George Barris, bought the wreck, which slipped off its trailer and broke a mechanic's leg. George sold some parts to two guys who raced each other, and one died instantly and the other was injured. George later sold 2 tires which blew up at the same time, causing the buyer's automobile to go off the road. Later, one thief tried to steal the steering wheel and his arm was ripped open. After that, another man was injured while trying to steal the blood-stained front seat. After lending the rest of the wrecked car to a highway safety exhibit, the garage storing the car went up in flames, destroying everything except the car itself. The second display at a high school ended when the car fell, breaking a student's hip. While being transported, the truck containing the vehicle lost control, causing the driver to fall out and be crushed by the Porsche after it fell off the back. In 1960, when being returned to George Barris in LA, the car mysteriously vanished and has not been seen since, and that sounds like one evil car. Number 8. The Crow Curse. The Crow is a 1994 American Gothic superhero film, and the lead actor, Brandon Lee, was shot and died while filming this film in a horrific accident. But this wasn't the only dangerous accident surrounding the film. In an interview with the AV Club, actor John Polito, who was in the film, described some of the events. "We were shooting at night, and the very first night they were setting up the lights, there was a guy who was driving a cherry picker onto the lot. A cherry picker that you put lights on. And when the cherry picker fell into a gully, we lifted the back of the cherry picker where the guy was lifted up and went right into an electrical pole, and he was electrocuted. And he was near death, all of his organs were burned, and he was about 26. His wife was pregnant, and it was a bad luck opening to a film. And then the third night when we were shooting, I remember the prop truck caught on fire and nobody knew what that was about. And then we had a hurricane that destroyed parts of street sets. The hurricane was so bad. Of course, we were staying at the hotel Holiday Inn Cape Fear, so that should give you some sense of what the film was going to be like. And that sounds absolutely horrible. Number 7. the Oscar Curse. Winning an Oscar is supposed to be a celebration, but some believe that winning an Oscar significantly drops the popularity of an actor. There are also other beliefs that an actress winning the award is doomed to have a rocky relationship with their partner that would culminate in a divorce or breakup. The theory is only fueled by the fact that over 12 Best Actresses winners, from Sandra Bullock to Reese Witherspoon, Halle Berry, Hilary Swank, and many more, divorced shortly after winning an Oscar. Now, while Lady Gaga didn't pick up the trophy for Best Actress, her Oscar for Best Original Song was followed with the subsequent announcement of her split from her fiancé, which further fueled these rumors. Sounds to me that these men they were with couldn't handle being with a successful woman, but who knows. Number 6. The Exorcist Curse. The Exorcist, which came out in 1973 that told the story of a young girl's possession, is believed to have a curse after 9 people connected to the film died during production. That's not all. The leading ladies, Linda Blair and Ellen Burstyn, sustained major back injuries during the shoot, and what still baffles many is the fact that when the entire film set burned to ashes, the bedroom that was used to film Regan's exorcism was the only part of the set left untouched by the fire. And that is suspicious. Many strange occurrences continue to happen even after the film's release, with one rumor also stating that a church's cross was struck by lightning close to a theater that was screening the movie. Number 5. Superman Franchise Curse. Another unlucky character is none other than the Man of Steel himself, Superman. Some believe there is a curse associated with the franchise. The first actor to play the character on TV in 1951, George Reeves, saw his character tank after the initial success of The Adventures of Superman. 8 years later, it was ruled that he died by taking his own life, though some may say it may have been due to somebody else. Then Christopher Reeve became a star with the 1978 Superman the movie and remained successful until he was thrown from a horse and paralyzed in 1995, and he died in 2004 at the age of 52. Other actors associated with the franchise, including Margot Kidder, Marlon Brando, and Richard Pryor, are said to have been affected by the curse as well. Number 4. Macbeth Curse. Saying the name of Shakespeare's play Macbeth is said to bring about a curse to any production. Experienced thespians know that you don't call Shakespeare's Macbeth by its proper name, you call it the Scottish play. Actors believe that uttering the title around in a theater brings bad luck, according to the Royal Shakespeare Company. Legend has it that when Shakespeare included real incantations in the play, a coven of witches cursed it. The actor playing Lady Macbeth is said to have died during the first performance, and subsequent performances since then have also had a series of accidents befall on actors. Now, of course, a play like Macbeth is going to have a history of some troublesome incidents after being performed for 400 years, but if you're a believer in the curse and you accidentally say the name Macbeth, the Royal Shakespeare Company says you must exit the theater, spin around 3 times, spit, curse, and then knock on the theater door to be allowed back in. Now, I take this curse very seriously as it is real, and ask any drama kid in your life. Number 3. The Poltergeist Curse. The Poltergeist is a 1982 horror film, and one thing is for sure, you don't mess with the dead. It is said that the curse was brought upon the movie franchise because of the producer of the movie taunted with the spirits. After about a month of production, Jo Beth Williams found her pictures askew on the wall, then lights flickered on and off on separate occasions, and random fires and accidents were not uncommon. Once the first movie was released, the curse began to take its toll. Dominic Dunne had her life ended by her ex-boyfriend as she was strangled to death. The sequel took away Will Sampson and Julian Beck, who died of stomach cancer and kidney failure. Heather O'Rourke, who played Carol Ann in all 3 Poltergeist movies, died during the 3rd installment from acute bowel obstruction. Aside from untimely deaths, one actor claimed that real skeletons were used as props, a claim that remains unproven, and another is said to have performed an exorcism on set. So, no shocker, it was cursed. Number 2. The 27 Club. Beginning with the deaths of several 27-year-old popular musicians between 1969 and 1971, this cultural phenomenon, which came to be known as the 27 Club, attributes special significance to popular musicians, artists, actors, and other celebrities who died at age 27, often as a result of addiction or violent means, or ending their own lives, or transportation-related accidents. One thing's for sure, the number of musicians who died at the age of 27 is definitely far from the norm. Some of the most famous 27 Clubbers include Brian Jones, founder and guitarist for the Rolling Stones, Jimi Hendrix, pioneering electric guitarist, singer, and songwriter, Kurt Cobain, lead singer and songwriter for Nirvana, and Amy Winehouse, a blues singer and songwriter. Currently, there are 40 recorded members of the 27 Club. And coming in at number 1, The Wizard of Oz Curse. The filming of The Wizard of Oz was a complete nightmare. It said that after bar hopping, the actors who played the Munchkins would make Judy's life miserable by putting their hands under her dress. Then in a scene where Dorothy and her group are skipping down the yellow brick road, some think the dark moving figure hanging from a tree in the background is an actor who ended their life on set. Then, Buddy Ebsen was originally cast in the role of the Tin Man, but he was essentially poisoned by the makeup, which was made of pure aluminum dust. 9 days after filming started, he was hospitalized, sitting under an oxygen tent. Then Margaret Hamilton, who played the Wicked Witch of the West, had to film a scene where the witch disappears in a flash of smoke. The effects crew used real fire for the scene, and she was instructed to exit the stage via trapdoor, but the trapdoor's drop got delayed and the fire started before she had time to exit safely. She suffered severe burns on her face and hand, and her eyelashes and eyebrows on her right eye were completely burned off, and her skin completely burned off of her hand. Also, the executives behind the film kept Judy Garland on a strict diet and forced her to take pep pills to control her appetite. She was meant to stay slim, and producers pressured her to stay in shape for the duration of the film. Judy was also slapped by the director of the film, Victor Fleming. Allegedly, it was because of her inability to complete a scene without giggling. And finally, do you remember the beautiful yet chilling scene of the gang falling asleep while it snows amongst the poppies? Well, the snow was actually just chrysotile asbestos, otherwise known as a cancer-causing substance. If anyone in the cast inhaled it, it could increase the risk of several serious diseases, including lung cancer. Well, that's all for our list of the top 10 real Hollywood curses that will terrify you. Did you know about any of these curses? Let us know in the comments down below, and hey, why not like and subscribe while you're down there? I'm your host Emily, and we'll see you next time. Peace.